My story is about peeing your pants because there's a bat in the living room. No. I'm actually here to share a little known fact about myself. I'm actually an inventor. I invented something called the pie purse, and it was born out of necessity and the deeply held belief that no pie should be left behind. I also have a philosophy that handbags were meant to be used. So I have never aspired to have a collection of designer bags. I have one or two cool vintage bags I can carry if I go out. I won't show up at your wedding with my backpack, but for my everyday life, I prefer to carry a big tote bag on my shoulder, the kind that your hands are free and you can go like this and get what you need and everything fits in it. So the night that the pie purse was born, I was at one of my favorite fall events, which is a pumpkin carve in Chadsford. It's just in a big empty field, and they roll in these huge Sleepy Hollow-sized pumpkins, and then competitive teams carve them. And I like to go when they're already carved and just sit and relax, hear the music, have dinner, watch the sun go down, and then watch the pumpkins become illuminated. It's totally magical. And I have the same dinner every single year. I have barbecue, and I have my first piece of pumpkin pie for this season. And this is a killer piece of pie. It's slathered in whipped cream, and it's drizzled in caramel. But on the night in question, I had had wine with dinner, and I was a little too full to eat the pie. So I just went up and asked for a piece of foil, and I'm wrapping it, and my son looks at me and says, "Okay, that's insane. You can't carry that pie all night." And I said, "No, I have tote talent. I'm going to put it in my tote bag. It's going to lie flat. It's going to be perfectly fine." And he gave me that look, but I knew what I was doing. So we looked at the pumpkins. We had a great night. I got home. I was tired. I was happy, looking forward to my pie. And I opened the tote bag, and there is complete caramel carnage, okay? I kept the pie intact in the foil, but what I didn't count on was meltage. And the whipped cream melted and flowed out like a river and took all the caramel with it. And every single thing in my tote bag was coated in caramel. And I spent the entire rest of the night taking things out one by one and washing them, or if they're ruined, throwing them out. And then the actual cleaning of the tote bag was a nightmare. So in this moment of self-deprecating humor, I posted on Facebook that my pie purse had had a caramel disaster. And everybody laughed, but it really resonated with people, especially women, that there was something called a pie purse. Now, I don't know if it was because I ruined my tote, or I think it was more that my son just wanted me to have one designer bag in my life. But that Christmas, he bought me a red leather Kate Spade tote bag. You have to understand, I was carrying a blue vegan leather tote. I've gone from a Volkswagen to a Ferrari, okay, this red Kate Spade. But it came with the rule that I could not put any pie in the purse. Can you imagine knowing that you have to tell your mother not to put pie in the purse, okay? And I couldn't cheat because I put a banana in that bag once at work, and my colleague texted my son to tell him. So I very quickly figured out that Kate could not be my everyday bag. She needed to be a special occasion bag. So I put her on a chair in my hallway, a place of honor. I can see her every day. And I went in search of a really nice straw tote bag that I could carry in the summer. And it took a while, but I found one. It was something in between a purse and a tote. It was straw. It had charm. And she proved herself at, of all places, a smorgasbord. Now, I know you're not supposed to take food out of a smorgasbord. It's posted everywhere. And I did not go in with premeditation in my heart. But if you have a piece of shoe fly pie in your hand, and then you see that there's warm bread pudding with vanilla ice cream, you eat the bread pudding and you take the pie home, okay? So I, when my son's not looking, slipped it in my tote, and I went in the bathroom so that I could wrap it in napkins. And while I was in there, someone started to come in, and I completely panicked. You would have thought I was bagging cocaine. I was so embarrassed. I was mortified that anybody would think I was lifting pie, that I was breaking the smorgasbord rules. So I threw it back in the tote. I ran to the car. I'm screaming to my son, "Drive, Jordan, drive!" Like it was a heist, and we were in a getaway car, all right? But despite all that drama, she got that piece of pie home intact. And we have been pie pursing ever since, me and that tote bag. We expanded to scones this summer. Now, I bought a purse this summer, an honest-to-God purse. I had no intention of putting pie in it until my son showed me there's a little pocket in the back that would be perfect for silverware. And my most recent purchase is not a purse at all. It's a fishing creel, the woven creel. I'd like to put it on my porch and turn it into my mailbox. But until I can do that, I have hung it on the chair where Kate Spade and the new handbag are. And the more I look at it, the less it looks like a fishing creel, and the more it looks like a picnic basket with a lid and a strap. And my friend just sent me an article called The Pie Trail of Pennsylvania. You have to have life goals, okay? Which has a stop here in Lancaster. So if you ever see me walking around town wearing a fishing creel, there's pie in it.